Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. One of Roundabout Theatre Company's biggest hits last season in their black box theater was Joshua Harmon's comedy, Bad Jews. Well, this season they moved it upstairs to the Laura Pels Theatre. Under the direction of Daniel Aukin, it features the show's original cast, Tracy Chimo, Philip Ettinger, Michael Zegan, and Molly Ranson. And I'm here on opening night to celebrate with the company.
Okay, then this apartment was for sale, and it's in the building, and it's on their floor, so they got it. Don't see what the big deal is.
Must be nice, that's all I'm saying.
You're staying here.
Right.
So I guess it's good they bought it.
In normal families, Jonah, if somebody needs a place to sleep, they sleep on the couch. Or they double up in beds, or even, and this will really shock you, they sleep in sleeping bags. They don't buy a spare apartment on the off chance that someone might need to spend the night.
Okay, whatever. Real estate is a good investment. Plus, I might maybe live here when I graduate, so it's really not a big deal.
Yeah, no, totally, no biggie.
You're not poor.
Compared to your family, we're the Jodes.
I don't know who that is.
You don't need to. Your parents buy you spare apartments.
Look, all I'm saying is you're not poor.
Well, congratulations. It's your second opening night here in New York. How do you feel tonight?
Well, this is our first real opening because last time Hurricane Sandy came. So it was an amazing night. It was I was surrounded by my family and my Bad Jews family, and so I feel great.
So take me back to when you found out that Roundabout was going to bring the show back and move it upstairs to a Laura Pels. Take me through that and how you felt and what it means to you.
Sure. They decided shortly after we closed in January that they wanted to move it, and it was thrilling. I think we all felt like we sort of had unfinished business, and we get to show it to so many more people. In our first 2 weeks of previews, the whole audience who came to the Underground, the same number of people, have now come to see it, and so it's just been really exciting to have 420 bodies paying attention and laughing and sort of going on this ride. It's been really, really thrilling.
So take me back to the beginning of how you came to write the play and how Roundabout got it.
I thought about the play almost 10 years ago and started to take notes and then put that notebook away, and then thought about the play for about 5 or 6 years, and then I was sort of at a low point, and I took it back out and I decided to write it, and then you write a play and you sort of you think it will just sit here. Maybe no one will ever hear it, and it somehow got to Roundabout through my agent, and they decided to do a reading, and again that came at a really low point, and so it was thrilling. And shortly after the reading, they committed to do the play, and it was a total game changer for me. I'd never had a production in New York, and they gave me a dream production. They gave me Daniel Aukin, who I just adore, and this astonishing cast and a great group of designers, and it's the production is more than I could ever have wanted.
You got a big hit last year with this, then you closed down. Now you're in the big house up here at the Laura Pels. What it was like revisiting it?
It was really exciting to get back in there, especially since we had the same 4 actors returning, and we found a lot. For us, we found a lot of new things in it, and it was really just a real pleasure. These 4 actors are just astonishing actors, and they really enjoy each other, and getting them, it's like watching a great doubles match, and getting to be in the room with that feels like a real privilege for me.
And talk about playing in the black box downstairs and now moving up here to a Laura Pels. The differences, the challenges, or is it all the same? Tell me.
Well, we couldn't know for sure how well it would fit up here, and I actually think somehow what we have up here is actually stronger than what we had downstairs, and we made lots of it was actually adjusting the set was a lot of arduous and very small adjustments, but it feels like it fits in the space really well, and yeah.
And take me back to the beginning of what you loved about this play and why you wanted to direct it, and what audiences take away from this.
Well, I just think it's I think it's an extraordinary play that happens to be a comedy. I think of it as a drama that has this amazing sense of humor about it, and I think it's also a really personal piece of writing. And as soon as I read it, I just felt in the first few pages that I was in the presence of a really really alive piece of writing, and I felt really compelled by it.
Example. 2 years ago at Passover, when he randomly came home, which was totally random and weird, with his last girlfriend, what's her face? Miyushi, right. His Peace Corps whore. Oh, God. She was atrocious. So my dad is reading this passage in Hebrew, which God forbid one does at Passover. And I look up, and Liam's giving Miyushi this look across the table.
What look?
This look. Like this would all be over by now if Jewy McJewerson would shut the fuck up. This look like I'm above all of this. Like you and I are on this spiritual enlightenment plane way above everybody else.
Come on.
I'm serious. This look he gave her, I'll never forget it. It stayed with me so strong. And then after Seder, our parents had all gone to bed. We were sitting there watching TV. Liam was like, I'm hungry. We had just had this enormous meal. So he gets up and he goes into the kitchen and he gets himself this bag of shortbread cookies. And even Miyushi was like, I thought you weren't supposed to eat that at Passover. Liam just smiled, popped a cookie in his mouth and goes, I'm a bad Jew.
Opening night, how do you feel?
I feel relieved. Everything has been leading up to this, so even though despite the fact that we do have probably another 3 months of doing this every night, I feel a great sense of relief, so I'm very happy right now.
So take me back to the underground, what it was like doing this play down there, and then going back into the rehearsal room to revisit it, to move it upstairs to a Laura Pels.
Well, the underground was a very special experience. I don't think I've ever done a play in front of, I guess, under 100 people, and it had its benefits, but I have to say I like this space better. I don't like seeing the faces so much. I don't like hearing candy wrappers right in front of me, or people looking for gum or anything like that. Not to say that people were rude or anything, but they were very good. But then we started the rehearsal process, and we actually rehearsed at Studio 54, which is a 1,000-seat theater. So to go from a 60-seat theater to a 1,000-seat theater was very interesting, and it actually, it lent itself. It helped us because we didn't know how the play was gonna. How it was going to work in a much larger space. We thought, it's an intimate play, and so we had no idea. But the 1,000-seat theater was interesting, and then to go from a 1,000-seat to a 400-seat theater really benefited us. So
It's a perfect house, the Laura Pels.
I think so. It's still, it's big, but it's also intimate.
So talk about what you love about this role and what you love about the play.
I love Josh Harmon's dialogue. It's brilliant. It's so special. And the minute I read it, I was like, I have to be a part of this. And the play is just, it's so wonderful, and it works on so many levels, and it really, it's a universal play. A lot of people call it a Jewish play, but it's not a Jewish play. It's really, it doesn't matter where you come from. I think everybody can relate to this play. I love it. We have so much fun every night doing this. It never gets old.
So tell me what this opening night means to you with this show.
It's so exciting. I mean, we did it about a year ago this time, and we are all obsessed and in love with this play and in love with each other. So it was just great energy tonight. It's so exciting. We're all so excited about it.
So what has it been like revisiting the play?
Well, it's been great because, we already knew each other, so we didn't have to go through that step of feeling each other out. And we can just go deeper and deeper with it every night and find new things, and it's just been fantastic.
So take me back to the beginning. What did you love about the play Joshua was writing, and talk about the role?
Well, I remember when I first read the play, I was just struck by how hilarious it was. I couldn't stop laughing, and that rarely happens when I read a script, and I immediately am just laughing out loud while reading it, so that was fantastic. And Melody, I just love her heart. She's just such a sweet person, and so easy for me to kind of feel for and sympathize with, so she's just been a joy to play and kind of try to find exciting, interesting things about her, so it's been great. It's been cool.
Working with the cast again.
Yes, I mean, we all are obsessed with each other. We all hang out outside of the show all the time. So, I mean, Tracy, Phil, Michael, they're all incredible, and we have so much fun with each other. It's been fantastic.
So tell me how exciting today was and tonight, what it means to you.
It's great. I mean, I've loved this show, and you know, we've been part of it for going on like the second year now, and it's just exciting to like do it in front of a larger audience. I think it really opened up and stuff.
So take me back to the beginning of what you loved about the play when you first read it, what you love about the writing.
It's just amazing writing, and I just completely like connect to the family aspect of it. I think it's so relatable to me personally, and to everyone who comes to see it seems to have a really strong opinion about it, which is awesome.
Talk a little bit about the role, what you loved about him when you read him, and why you think you're so good playing him.
I think it's really interesting to play a character that has very little dialogue, but a lot of, you know, presence on stage. I think, you know, I love him. He's got a lot to say, but he really wants to make sure everyone kind of stays together until he just can't hold it anymore. And it's just really it's exciting to play a part that you have to portray it almost through without using your words, which is really nice, yeah.
This must be a dream role. You know, when you get this perfect role, you know right away, don't you?
You do, yeah. The script was sent to me when I was in Los Angeles, and I couldn't do the reading that they had asked me to do here at Roundabout. And then several months later, when I was doing Harvey, they sent me the script again, and they were holding auditions for it in New York. And I read literally the first 2 sentences and knew that I had to play this character. I just fell in love with her immediately. It's pretty easy to do.
Tell me what you love about her. Yeah, tell me.
Well, as an actress, it's like eating a big steak every single night, you know? It's like you get to really sink your teeth into something delicious, it's very rare to play a woman you're not telling a story about her romantic life. You're telling a story about something else that she's passionate about that does not involve a man, and I can't tell you how rewarding that is and just how rare. Yeah.
Tell me about what you love about the writing.
I love how quick it is. I love how deep he goes. I love how when you're acting it, you feel like you feel like it's very private. You feel like you're showing people something that maybe they're not supposed to be seeing. You're watching the inner workings of a family late at night, alone in the apartment. And I remember people saying when we did it in the basement, especially, and they were so close to us, they felt like they were watching something they shouldn't be. They weren't allowed to see, which is, and it feels like that when you're acting it as well. It feels like you're letting people in to see something very intimate. So I love its intimacy.
This was such a big hit downstairs in the little black box. Now you're upstairs up at Laura Pels. How does it feel up here?
Much better. We like it way better up here. There's a little bit of a distance with the audience, which is really, really nice. And I think this play works better in a bigger house. And there's things that we didn't get to do downstairs that we get to do up here. It's just pure joy to do this play every night. What kind of name is Melody?
What?
What's its derivation?
Oh, I don't know. Caucasian?
Well, what's your background?
What do you mean?
Like, where does your family come from?
Oh, Delaware.
Before that?
Before what?
Before Delaware.
I mean, we've always been in Delaware.
No, you haven't.
Actually, yes.
Actually, no, you haven't. Always been in Delaware.